The Maestro.
I know that.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
The Maestro.
The Maestro. Dirty.
Come on, y'all.
Really? I think that would be cool though. Why? The Maestro.
Shorts. Oh.
Let it go.
How about you hold it?
There's a lady in the waiting room. She got legs that run forever, and
What up, my people? It's your boy.
I have told her
Me.
you are
And
busy.
this is going to be even a less traditional short. So I'm going to step away from all of my homework and kind of tell something in response to a situation I was just in a conversation with a buddy of mine. How much do you really know about your league and what you do? I mean, how much do you really, really know? And when I talk about that, I'm talking about the history. And get out your Google pens and pencils because you're going to have to fact check me all on this because I'm doing this completely on the fly. So I'm really going to need some help here. And if I'm wrong, you need to straighten your boy out. Please get me right because I'm going to tell you the information as I know it off the top of my head. And I will probably go fact check myself after this, but I want you to fact check me too. So yeah, I'm giving you guys a little homework. You guys give me homework and I'm going to give you a little homework. So here we go. We're going to get to the NBA here in a minute because there's something else a little bit more important I want to talk about, and that is the history and foundation of leagues. Now, I know this is an international game now. I know there are people in other countries who play the game, and that is awesome. I love the fact that even though basketball might not ever get to the level of football, or as in America it's called soccer, I get that. But the fact that this game is now able to be shared by so many countries, I just think it's beautiful. The more we play sports around the world together, maybe the less we're going to fight each other. That would be nice, right? Sorry, I didn't mean to go that personal on you guys, but I just believe that. I believe that the more we do together, the less we do against each other. Real quick and dirty. Everybody knows about the Negro Leagues before around the same time as the Major League Baseball League. What a lot of people don't know about the Negro Leagues are, and my buddy, by the way, who I spoke to, he not only did he play the game, he's now a writer. He didn't know that the Negro Leagues played the first night baseball because of when they were allowed to use the fields. So they actually played games at night before the Major League Baseball did. The Negro Leagues were the first league to go to Japan 10 to 15 years before the Major League Baseball teams went to play in Japan. Now, the reason Major League Baseball players went because what was then known as the Operational Service, the Special Operational Service Group, wanted to get spies over in Japan. But the Negro Leagues actually went 10 to 15 years before to actually play baseball. And that's what brought baseball to Japan. And if you go to Japan and you see the pro baseball leagues there now, they give homage to all those Negro Leagues teams. Even some of their names and nicknames are around the Negro League teams that went to Japan. Negro League Baseball was also one of the only major companies that did not go bankrupt during the Great Depression. They were the third most solvent group in the United States during the Great Depression of the 1930s. Madam C.J. Walker remained the richest person, black woman who had helped invented modern makeup. The insurance companies, of course, stayed solvent because they don't give up any money. And Negro League Baseball was number 3 on the fiscal list. And I forgot what they rated at, but it was pretty high. And while everyone else was going broken in breadlines, the Negro Leagues as a league was not. Also, the Negro Leagues were so solvent that there were many white owners who pretended to be black in order to own a team so they can get in on the money, including one of the most famous owners, or female owner, Edna Watney, I believe is her last name. She started the Newark Bears, who's actually a still active team. She let people assume she was black, so she kept with it so she could keep owning a Negro League team. Hockey. The first very professional hockey league was actually the Colored Hockey League of the Maritimes or of Canada or something like that. And they operated let's see, the NHL again. Get out your Google pens here. The NHL, I think, was founded sometime in the early 1900s, 1910, somewhere in there. But the Negro Hockey League, or the Colored Hockey League, as it was called then, was founded at 1894, 1895, somewhere in there, and was very successful. Started by two lawyers, a lot of money all over the place, but they became the foundation on which the NHL was actually born. That particular league was not only successful as a sports league, it was successful as a business league. A lot of players in that league actually did finish college, obviously not in the States where they were not allowed to go to school. Think about this. This is like 30, 40 years right after the Civil War. So you can imagine what was going on in the United States at that time. And then you have the idea of what was going on with like international transit and logistics. The only thing that got rid of that particular hockey league was the fact that when in a trade agreement between Canada and the United States, Canada chose to destroy not only the cities that the colored hockey league was in by putting railways through them when they didn't have to. That's why a lot of Canadian railways have such funny snake-like shapes. But they also decided to take over and make public the rinks that they played in, including some of the lakes that they played on, in other words, in order to shut that league down. I think they finally shut the league down officially completely in 1930, 1931. The very first NHL hockey player was one of my favorite interviews. So little pride insert here, Willie O'Ree. I used to love interviewing him on my previous radio show. Great guy, knew a lot about the history of the game and opened up a lot of our eyes in terms of what was going on with hockey in North America during that time. And lastly, I want to get to basketball. Yes, there was a professional black basketball league. Look up, the Black Fives. That league lasted from the early 1900s, 1903, 1904, until around the time of the birth of the actual NBA. The NBA was actually formed in 1950. But now there were other professional basketball leagues, the National Basketball League, the Hudson River Basketball League, the Massachusetts Professional Basketball League, the Massachusetts Professional Basketball League 2, the New England Basketball League, the Central American Basketball League. There were all these other professional basketball leagues that sort of lived like either conjunctively or right after each other, at least 20 or so, that led up to the actual NBA being formed as the NBA in 1950. But that whole time, the Black Fives, the original professional black basketball league of the United States, was flourishing quite well. And I'm saying all that to say, and I'm going to apologize for turning professor for real quick. But these are the sorts of things that would give you a deeper knowledge and appreciation for what you do, to understand the shoulders on which we are all blessed to stand, and we're allowed to have this success that we have because of the people who have come before us, regardless of the color of their skin, regardless of the economic foundation from which they come from, but only because the game did not start with us, and it certainly will not end with us. And that is the respect that I believe we should pay. I'll let your boy fact check me. Let me know what I might have got off on there. Straighten me out. I'm going to fact check myself here. And let's just have a conversation about it. But I just want to throw that out there to say, if you want to know where my head is, this is where it is. Thank you all so much for listening. Again, fact check your boy. Keep me straight. Make sure that everything is cool. Let me know where I got off on, and let me know what I need to do straight to get it right and make it better. Appreciate y'all, fam. I'll catch you on the next time.
Oh, wait, you want me to read?
Thank you for listening to the Maestro.
Thank you again for checking out the Maestro's Dirty
Choice.
Drop a tag below and give us a piece of your mind. See you next time, and
Is it last call? Have you seen my glasses?
The Maestro. Dirty.
Choice.